All right. We are live. We are live. Everybody, welcome back to the Nani podcast. We're going to discuss all things anime right here, where it's like conventions, movies, anime shows, all that good stuff. I'm your host, Knuckles. And I got a good friend of me here in the building. It's been a minute since this guy has been here on this channel. Like, I want to say like a couple of years. I got my guy Anthony making his 2 year hiatus or whatever. But if you guys don't know, like, when we were doing the whole like Marvel shows back in 2021. Oh my god, Anthony's been there for me from the jump right there. So granted, we did more episodes long after that, but I'm sure he's been there since the jump when I did this podcast stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, he's make his return, man. And bro, like, how you been, man? How's life treating you right there? How you doing?
man, life's good, man. I mean, yeah, it's been a while since we've kind of jumped on to discuss some topics, when it comes to TV shows, movies. So it's kind of good to be back on, so we could chat about it. But life's been good, man. Can't complain.
Yes, you're officially a married man now.
It's official.
Official.
Yes, sir.
For sure. The reception was a lot of fun. Anthony got married last week, and it was a lot of fun in AC. The food was great. The music was good. The vibes it was all good fun. Like, I had a good time. And like I said, and the weather wasn't too bad. And like I said, drinks were good. I got a little tipsy, but I didn't get all the way drunk right there. But I got this because when drinks are free, I mean, why the hell
Open bar.
not? Why not?
Open bar,
Especially
man.
when I'm staying there for the night. Yeah, why not? Why not? So yeah, man, I had a good time. I had a real good time. And so tonight, everybody, we're gonna be talking about Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. But before we get into that, man, I want to ask you how you feel about your team winning today over that. That game was like,
I feel no way. I feel like I'm happy that we won. Which, if everyone doesn't know, I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm happy that we won, but I was screaming at the TV quite often today. Just because of how bad we played, how bad the defense played. Like, I mean, there's like one of those things where like people get paid millions of dollars to play a sport, but I think one of the fundamentals is like when a team is down and they're like trying to get the ball down the field at the end of the game, the worst thing that you possibly do is allow a player to run past you to the end zone. So to
Are you talking about
all the
that
cornerbacks,
Malik
to all
Neighbors
the
play?
safeties, to everybody in the Dallas team, Stephon Diggs, how do we have
Trayvon.
how do we Trayvon, whatever, I don't care. Trayvon, yeah. How do we allow that to happen?
I don't know, man. Like, because I really thought the Giants were going to win that game when they got that one lead in like 25 seconds. Because no, when y'all got that touchdown, I'm like, there's still 50 seconds left on the clock. The Giants can still do something. I didn't think the neighbors was going to get that bomb ass touchdown though, but y'all were able to tie it up. And I mean, I did not see the overtime game. Right? I just know that y'all went to overtime right there. So, but I saw
We won.
y'all
We
won by a
pulled it
field
out.
goal, I believe.
We did get an interception at the end of the game. Russell Wilson finally threw an interception, but still, man, it was too much of a nail biter for my taste. I mean, we should have been able to beat them without Cowboy fans having to stress over the game. So
I mean, I think anytime we face a team that lost to, nobody wants to go 0-2. So
it
somebody's
was
gonna get
tough.
that
It
team.
was gonna
You're
be a
gonna
tough game.
It was gonna be tough. Even though y'all have owned the Giants for God knows how long. And my game was, like you said, I'm happy we got the win, but this offensive play calling is garbage. I don't know what routes he's getting up because like we all know Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, but I'm like, what are these routes these guys are running? It is godless. No one's getting open. Like nobody is getting open. It's like
Yeah,
Hurts can only run the ball or hand the ball to Saquon. I mean, I love our defense. Like our defense is gonna put us together in the games, but like our offense, man, if we can't get creative with the play con, we're in for some shit. Granted, it's only week 2. You don't really know your team until maybe like week 4, sometime middle of the season. But it's like, bro, like this. Okay, actually, I wouldn't say week 4. Maybe like week 5 or 6 because I remember last year our fourth game we placed Tampa Bay and we lost that game. Then after our bye, that's when we started getting things together. So it's like I said, it's week 2. But like you need to come with some better play calls. Right? Like listen, I'm happy we got the win, but it's like I'm not happy with what I'm seeing from the offense because you have so much talent in the world right there. Like you should not be struggling to pass the ball. Like we didn't throw the ball. Like we only had like less than 100 yards of passing offense.
yeah.
That is not good. Like I said, you still got the win, but you gotta do something. You gotta do something.
I mean, you
But
were going against Spagnola's defense today, so
Spagnuolo is good. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not taking care of him, but it's like passing the ball for only less than 100 yards. Like that is awful. You should not be winning the game. But like I said, our defense kept like basically it was a defensive game all around. And I'll just say this with the Kansas City Chiefs, and we can move on to Demon Slayer. This has not been said, and I feel like people need to know about this. Ever since they got rid of Eric Bieniemy, that offense has not been the same. I mean, yeah, they won a Super Bowl without him, but it's like they struggled to score 20 points. Like that Chiefs offense has not been the same ever since Eric Bieniemy left. But I'm gonna just keep it like that though. But everybody, we're gonna be talking about the latest anime that just came out this past weekend, and that is Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. And shout out to Anthony for texting me because I was planning on seeing this on Friday, but I'm like, okay, I'll go see it by myself. There's like, it's like, yo, RL, Demon Slayer. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot Anthony likes that shit. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, bet. Let's see. I'm like, I was about to buy my ticket, see it on Friday. I'm like, all right, bet. I'll see I'll save Anthony right there. So shout out to you. And I gotta say, man, I'm gonna start by saying this is just me. Somebody might feel some type of way about it, but like I like it when I go to a theater and a theater is like packed. Like I like when there's I like when there's a lot of people, and there were a lot of people seeing it. I'm not surprised there's a lot of people, but it's like I just like the vibe. I'm like, yo, like we're all pumped for this movie right now. Like Demon Slayer has created such a huge following, and it's not surprising when you see this many people here for to see Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Like I love the vibes that were around it all.
Dude, the following behind Demon Slayer is like, I don't know, man. Like I fell in love with Demon Slayer. I mean, just for like the aspect of like, because I'm an illustrator, so like just the overall craft of Demon Slayer, like the storyline, the whole premise behind it, like it has this like rawness to it that like I think like a lot of people we were missing for a while. Like there's just like a crazy excitement you get for episode after episode or season after season with Demon Slayer. And with this movie coming out, like, you know, it was kind of one of those things where like, oh man, they made a movie out of this, but like to see the turnout of this, it's like, man, like, especially from like how long we had to wait for the movie to come out after the last season on Netflix. Like, I mean, I know there's some people that watch it on Crunchyroll or you have other ways of watching it, but yeah, yeah. But you know, for the ones that like are just getting onto like anime and not, you know, for Netflix to kind of showcase it the way they did, you know, dub, man, I mean, like it broke records, bro. I mean, it just spoke for itself. I mean, it was I think first week 33 million, bro. Is actually way a bigger turnout than Pokemon from like
No, the first movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
which
that
is
is
insane.
it is insane too. Because think about this too. You have a lot of kids watching this too, and honestly, people that might not want to say this, but kids hold a special power. If you have a show that kids love as well too, along with adults, you're gonna create like a huge following. Like you know how WWE is like more so on the kids side. That created a huge money market, a huge following right there. With Demon Slayer, you have a lot of kids that are interested in Demon Slayer, which we said to ourselves, I don't know if I have my kid watch Demon Slayer because they have all the head decapitation right there, but it's still, you know, with the Nezuko cosplays and all that type of stuff right there. Like it's great. It's great. It's a huge follow. But I want to ask you this though. You being an illustrator, and I apologize if I'm jumping to ahead right now about all this, but it's like you being an illustrator, right? I love animation. I love illustration in anime, but like, but you being an illustrator, how does animation in this illustration Demon Slayer has me feel? Because like I said, I love animation and the animation in Demon Slayer, but like, but you being an artist though, like maybe you're seeing things that I'm not seeing. Like from an artist view, like how do you feel? You know, the animation and illustration in Demon Slayer, and especially in this movie.
Well, as an illustrator, like you kind of look at like the overall just quality of like the line strokes, like the way the colors are, the way they pop. Like it's almost like Demon Slayer has like this thing where um it's just done so well that like each like scene could pretty much be like printed out into like being like a poster, like a cool poster. Like, even when if you look online and you look at certain designs of like the certain characters or how they're made up or or their overall like character design, like it's just such a well thought out like I would say anime that like you're just like when you look at like the old school like ways of how they used to make animations and
Mhm.
illustrations, like this to me like they've taken beyond like because a lot of things will go into like the 2D, kind of like the more
Yeah.
so like Pixar kind of animation. And I think that people were kind of missing that old nostalgic kind of illustration where that somebody actually put pencil to paper or whether or not it was like a pad or, iPad or whatever it was. But it's just like the way the lines are, like you could tell that this is a full on animation. Like someone drew out these characters in these certain scenes. You know what I'm saying? So I think you just like as an artist, you could just appreciate it because like it's just overall the quality of it, you
Mhm.
know.
Does it all? Does it? And I know you have yourself, but does it also inspire you to like to make even better art? Not saying your art is bad, but it's like does it motivate you to do even better with your artwork?
Yeah, that's no disrespect at all. No, I mean, like, yeah, it kind of, as an artist, like, you always kind of look at different things. You look at different mediums and, draw inspiration from, just artwork in general. Like, that's why a lot of artists go to museums or we go to like exhibits, kind of like explore, like, and go support other artists because sometimes we're inspired by what someone else does. And like with
Mhm.
Demon Slayer, it's just like when you see somebody put that much effort into something, like in like a lot of my illustrations have like a lot of bold colors. So I
Yeah.
feel like Demon Slayer just has like a lot of like very vibrant colors and like it just pop. Of course, like you have like the dark, scenes and things of that nature, but like overall, like the vibrance of like the coloration and stuff, it's
Mhm.
next level.
It is. I mean, when it's all said and done, I just feel as though the animation and illustration in Demon Slayer is gonna be like I know it's crazy to say it, but it gotta be like top 10 in all of anime because I've seen I watched a lot of anime. I've seen great animation. Demon Slayer is right up there. Like they're you. I'm sorry, but like if you say that their animation is not great, then I don't know what you're watching. Like I understand that yeah, we all have a different opinion, but it's like you cannot tell me this animation is like not top tier with all anime in all anime history. Like it's I'm not glazing. I'm just shooting the facts right there. Like we're not seeing the same thing. You're saying that this animation is trash. Like I know, well, then we can't get on the same level right there. Like no, you smoking crack. I don't know what you're saying, but you're on some ish right there. But like, let's get into this movie. Like from everything okay? See me yourself. Okay, okay. So how the Hashira arc ended? Oh shit. How the Hashira arc ended last year? Oh my god, it's been a year since that shit. We were all hyped to seeing all of our heroes get into the Infinity Castle, right? And we're like, okay, shit's about to go down. So let's break down. There are three main fights in this. Obviously, there's going to be some backstory along with this too, right? And so realize that
Which one we
everyone's.
starting with?
What's up?
Which one we starting with?
We gotta go in order. We gotta go in order with yeah. Um we gotta start with the Shinobu and Domo fight. And obviously, spoilers if y'all have not seen Demon Slayer. If you've not seen the movie. Spoilers if you have not watched it. If you've not seen this movie, turn away from this right now because we're gonna be talking about the movie. There's gonna be some spoilers, right? And so the Shinobu and Doma fight. Doma is the rank 2 of the demons. And I'm gonna just say this. My first question is: do you think Shinobu was done dirty in this movie?
You know, that's a very hard question because, like, I think the overall what happens to her, like, obviously at the end, you're just like, dang, she was done dirty because
Yeah.
the backstory between Doma and Shinobu, it's just one of those things where, man, you're just like, how like this upper rank killed her sister, her older sister, and obviously there's like a lot of emotion involved with it, right?
Mhm.
So like when it comes to the overall battle, like you're pushing for, you want her to obviously win, where obviously, spoiler alert, she doesn't, and she ends up dying, pretty terribly too, because
Uh,
obviously, like he absorbs her, and like it is like weird because you kind of get these things where you're like, man, is it worse for him to eat her or just fully just absorb her body into his, like slowly, right?
yeah,
Um, and I just think that, like, yeah, it's kind of like when you think about it, you're like, well, she got done dirty, but like she went out like a soldier, right? She was like, even though she knew like he was gonna be a tough opponent,
mm,
and she felt as though like she wasn't big enough or strong enough to take on
yeah.
this upper rank, she was like, I have to give it my all. I have to try, right? And it was like all the poisons, everything that she attempted to kill him, like literally didn't work, right?
Well,
Bro,
here's oh, my bad. Go ahead.
no, no, go for it.
Here's why I think she was done dirty, and it's not because she lost the fight. Me and you were talking about this in the car, right? We were saying that we all know everyone was not going to survive. Like it would not, as much as I would love a happy ending had they all survive, it wouldn't feel anything if they all survive. Like you want to feel that heartbreak of somebody dying, right? But here's why I think it was done dirty, right? This was the first fight, the first fight that we get. Not only does she lost, like I said, she lost in an embarrassing way, but also this was the first time seeing her fight. This was her first fight. Like we seen her all throughout the anime, and her first fight, it's a big fight. We're like, okay, we're to see Shinobu in action right there. We have not seen this girl in action at all, right? Let's see what she can do. While her moves look cool, you mean tell me her first fight is against a rank 2 demon and she gets sunned by this demon? And yes, her motivation, her grudge, because this demon killed her sister, it was just all for naught. And then the one guy says, and Doma says, "Oh my God, you're so weak. I'm gonna end this. I want you to suffer anymore." Right there, become a part of me. I'm like, well, God damn, like her first fight, we see her in action, she just gets sunned. This is the
So,
first part of the movie. And
so I, so I have to say no, because right, because it wasn't her first fight. So I mean, I guess
what was
like
it?
when we look at it, because she had the I believe when they were in the forest, I forgot what season it was, but she did take out
Oh
one
my
of
God.
the, it wasn't an upper
Oh,
rank,
that's right. Oh my
but it
God, yeah, I
was
forgot
like
about
one of
that.
like the, I think it was like the sister of like the spider.
That's yeah. That was like the first season, right?
Yeah, he was an upper rank.
Oh
I
man, I
think like
forgot
she
about
took out,
that
yeah,
one.
I think like
Uh,
she took out like his sister or something like that. I think like she saved somebody. And
yeah.
but she did it in like such a clean and fast fashion that like it
Okay.
was like she didn't really fight. It was like, wow, she's a
Okay.
powerful Hashira, and obviously like this is why.
I take back what I said. I'll take back what I said. I take back what I said. Then.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Okay.
it was like pretty much like it was light work. Like every
Okay.
other demon that she's faced, like obviously doesn't compare to the Kazuki, right? It's
Yeah.
like they are like the top tier like demons like of the entire like Infinity Castle. Like the
Mm-hmm.
upper ranks are just like in their own lane. Like, and I
Mm-hmm.
love the way that they portray them, like because you have the Hashira, and we talked about this, that the Hashira are like, obviously the demon hunt slayers
Like
that
they're the best of the
they're the
best,
best of the
right?
best. They are like, wow, like I want to become them. Like they are the masters of their craft. But then when you get to the upper ranks, when you get to the 12 Kizuki, right, you're like, wow. Like, and then when you see them in battle, you're just like, man, they got their hands full with this group,
Yeah. Because
right?
like they've been fighting all these weaker demons, and it's like I just feel as though if they had much more experience fighting these demons, maybe they would have a shot. But like, let's keep it about. Most of the time, they're fighting like mid to lower ranked demons. They don't really get to fight, these top ranked demons all that much. It's not like they're lying around for them to fight. It's just, we're fighting all these weaker teams and these mid-level teams. So it's like, now it's like, oh shit, it's our big first set. So it's like, I'm not saying no amount of training is going to prepare you for this, but it's like, like there's levels to this shit right there. Like, you're in the big leagues. Like, you're playing college football. This is the NFL right now. You're in the big leagues right there. You're facing the Patriots, '07 Patriots, some shit like that. Like, this ain't no game. Like,
and it's like, and Doma is like so like sadistic and like manipulative, like his approach, like even on a fight, is like he didn't even take it seriously. Like it
no.
was like one of those things where like it's like a laughing joke of he's looking Ashira dead in the eye, and he's just like, it's kind of like it's like a laughable moment for him. Like you just aren't, you have no shot, you have no chance, right? But then like she has this one last attempt where I mean, she does like I think it was like her fifth form or sixth form, where it was like her most powerful like move. And it was like, even that, like it was like, yeah, she got to him, like she was able to penetrate his defenses, and like, but it was like it just wasn't enough.
It
And
just
like what
wasn't
we
enough.
said in the car was like, okay, you stabbed them and you think that your poison is gonna work. But we all know that like the way of killing a demon is by cutting their heads off. Now I know she used the poison for the other demons, and it obviously killed them. But it's like, come on, man! Like you going against like Hashira, and like, I'm not the Hashira. You're going against like the 12 Kazuki, and it's like you have to know how to like. You got to come up with another plan. Like you got to cut off the heads. You got to like find out like these other ways. Like you know what I mean? Like, and what I'm sad about is obviously that she. And now this, I'm not going to say it's over. I'm not going to start any conspiracies. And I'm hoping that this is. I
Is
hope that
because is
way
it because she was absorbed and not actually physically killed?
right.
Because you do bring up a good point. Well, I mean, the manga readers, I've said that she's dead, but yeah, I mean,
I mean, even they announced it in the movie. They said that.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of want to have that hope where it's like, damn, man, your story was just so good and you dealt like this. But also, we said this too. She was by herself. Out of everybody was with somebody. She was by herself. It's like, I'm not saying that had she had somebody, she would have won, but like, she could have had a better chance, a slightly better chance. She had somebody with her. Like,
And that
unfortunately,
purpose shows up after the end.
I was going to say that. Her word comes out at the end. It's like, well, dang, like, she's dead. It was like, where were we at before?
Right. And it's like, like you said, like everyone else seems like they're paired up in twos at the moment. And like she was the only one. I mean, except for Zenitsu, but we'll get to Zenitsu in a bit.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like she was the only one that was like by herself, that she had to face the upper rank number 2. So when after doing like more research, and like you obviously like watch the movie, and like you just understand after you watch the battle that Giyu and Tanjiro had to fight against the upper rank 3, like, and how hard that was for the two of them.
Yeah.
Like you're like, for upper rank number 2, bro, there was no way. There was no way. I mean, unless she was like the top tier, but she's not even one of. To me, she don't seem like she's like the strongest out of the Hashira.
She's definitely not.
And it's like, damn, man, like it's a shame that like she had to try to face that one by herself. And then, like we said, her apprentice came like at the very end, where he's giving her the hug of death, like basically
So
saying,
wait. Well, and the thing is, Anthony, I think he really meant like he was trying to like, yo, let me help. I don't want you to suffer anymore. I think he really meant that. That's the sad part. He's like, he did not want her to suffer anymore. Like, yeah, I get it. He's laughing. He's not, he doesn't take you seriously. But I really thought he was like, yo, I hate to see you suffer like this. Just die already. I think he truly meant that. Like, not in a trying this sort of way, honestly. Like, I see it as disrespect, but it's like, I don't think he sees it as disrespect. If you know what I'm saying, if you follow my trail.
well, yeah, I mean, I believe that Doma's like character is like, because he was like a cult leader in a sense, but he kind of stems from like the inability to understand emotions, though. Like, I mean, they showed it kind of in like his like backstory, as far as like the way people would worship him, and like he didn't understand, like, you know, why
But
people like would come and like want to worship him and like give their all to him. Like he just didn't tap into like that emotional state.
it's also like that religion stuff too. Which, by the way, I'm not trying to go at anybody that does the religion. That's fine. I'm just saying for him, it's like, what are y'all praying for? Like some people feel this way to this day. It's like, yo, who you're praying to? I don't believe in no religion shit right there. Like he's like, yo, like this shit is whack. This shit is stupid. Like, why are you praising me? Nothing ever happens. You're all gonna die anyway, right there. Like, why are you wishing your shit upon a kid? What do you think? What think y'all gonna do? Like, fuck you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, I feel like it was one of those like moments, and that's the thing with Demon Slayer is like, you know, over the seasons, like you've had like your ups and your lows. Like I think that like, you know, after Rengoku, like, you know, when he died, right? That was like the biggest like emotional like roller coaster.
yeah.
Like, I
Oh
think
yeah.
like in Demon Slayer because of like all that was like circled around it, and it was the first one that died that you were just like, oh wow, the
Yeah.
Hashira could die, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and give it their absolute all. Like they could do everything they possible to kill upper rank, and they could still die. And I think that was like one of those things. And then you had a brief moment where the Hashira and Tanjiro and all of them were having all this success with killing like a lot of the upper ranks, and you're like, okay, well, it gave everybody a breather. But then now you get to the Infinity Castle, and you're like, wow, like they're dropping in there. All right, shit's gonna hit the fan. People are gonna die. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like there's not a chance that every single Hashira is gonna make it out of the Infinity
No.
Castle, right?
Unfortunately,
And Shinobu
was
is one of
that was the first one. Like I said, the first fight gets her ass kicked, and she's already dead.
And you
Like
know what?
not
She
it.
didn't even get her ass kicked though, which is wild. Like it's not like she like he mangled her or like she was like beat to shit, right? It was like he got her with one shot that did a significant damage, but like at the same time, she also hit him with the shots. Like the way she was
Okay, yeah.
fighting him, like she was holding her own. Like it wasn't like he was just getting off on her where like he honestly like probably would have done away with a lot of other people a lot faster, right?
Mm.
You know, and it was like she
Mm.
knew like after she got that one wound, she was like, all right, well, I got to give him this one last one because yeah, the way he wounded me from this one shot, I don't know how much longer I'm going to last. So
I mean, from the vibe of the fight, I just did not feel like she was gonna win. Like, oh man, she is not in control. Like, it's like even speaking to her sister from the dead, it's like Shinobu.
Shinobu's, yeah, she was out.
Shinobu, rest in peace. Like, but I do like the fact that they're able to communicate. Hey, Shinobu is dead, and all the hostages were just sad and shocked. But it's like, hey man, this is Infinity Castle. We all know everyone's not gonna live. Unfortunately, Shinobu was one of the ones that went out, and
Mm-hmm.
rest in peace, girl. I mean, we'll see if you're still alive or not, but
Yeah, it's like one of those things where like, yeah, it's like the ideology of like, not ideology, but like it's like relatable to like a soldier or something, right? Or you're in battle, like you're all fighting for humanity, and it's like you're not in front of that person at the exact moment, but you're getting like a letter, right? Like a letter that somebody passed away.
yeah.
And it's like almost like the message, like they weren't there, they didn't see how she died, and they're getting it in real time, like, hey, this person has died that you guys have obviously spent all this time with, that you train with, like that you, and it's like for them to take that moment where they're like, well, we know like the risk involved, but at the same time, like this sucks, you know.
And notice how arrows in groups when they all heard the news. Just
Everybody in
saying
groups
that.
of twos.
Everybody gets the
Everybody in groups
news.
of twos.
But fuck her though, right? You know what I'm saying? It was like fuck her, right? You said you be alright.
Right,
You
right.
be alright. You be alright. You know what I'm
She
saying?
right, yeah. Her spirit is looking down was probably like, what the hell?
I know, why you get me? Like why the fuck? Like why you help me? You know what I'm saying? Like I was
It's
done dirty. That's why I think
bro.
that's why I think she was done dirty.
I think the universe, right? It's like she got done dirty, like in the universe, because, like we said, as she's getting the hug of death, all of a sudden her apprentice comes in, and she could have gotten there what, a minute sooner.
Yo, there's a match she said she was like, "What the fuck? You wait? I'm already dead. What the fuck took you so long? Like, man, f you, man. I'm coming. I'll turn into a demon, man. Fuck all this shit, man.
Right.
Y'all gonna do me like that?
I mean, like full on, like had her whole like bones like broken as soon as she walked in the room. Like that's crazy.
I'm sorry. They're having a sale. I was killing so many demons right now. I thought you'd be all right. Nigga, I'm dead.
I'm dead.
I'm dead, yeah.
It's over for me.
I'm over it, man.
It was sad, man. I would say it's sad for that. It's sad for that reality that, like, man, you trying to like get revenge for your sister, and then like, yeah like you you didn't even have him. I mean, he was nervous for a second. He was like, wow, she's moving a lot fast. Like for a brief moment, he was a little worried, but there was never a moment where he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this.
Yeah, no, he was gonna be all right. He was gonna be all right.
So it sucks, man. It sucks that her efforts were just shot down.
But. Yeah. So now let's get into the second fight. We had Zenitsu fight Kagaku. And let's talk about the aura that Zenitsu had, like fallen, like even before that, in the final episode, even before he fell through. Tanjiro, went up to his trainer right there, and we saw that Zenitsu was focused. Like, we didn't know it was inside that note, but when we saw it, we looked at that, kiss me right today. When he opened that note, he got all serious. We're like, yo, what did he read right there? And so, fast forward to the Infinity Castle, fall night, he woke up. We all know when Zenitsu is asleep, he gets busy. But now, Zenitsu is we're gonna be like, oh shit, because like I've been waiting for it. So I'm like, yo, Zenitsu, like, I need you to lock the fuck in, like wake up. And like I said, he was locked the fuck in. And for his demon fight, rank 6 Kagaku, I probably never ever pronounced that wrong. They actually have history. They were trained by the same master, and this guy was like, oh, Zenitsu, like, it was the guy's grandfather, right?
Zenitsu's grandfather.
Yeah, and so he was supposed to be, take the air or whatever like that. What was that again? He was supposed to be like the
Thunder Breather,
yeah. But like, he was supposed to be the guy was jealous of him or some shit like that.
So Kagaku, So Kagaku was pretty much, he mastered majority of all the techniques. Like he was the person that was going to be the master of thunder breathing, right? And then
master the first form.
Yeah, and I think Zenitsu was like the one that just couldn't get it right, but he had a lot of potential. Mm-hmm. So I think that like what stemmed from that was like he was just jealous of the relationship that he had with the master, and initially like he was pretty like cowardly because Kagaku, like his, as far as like his story in becoming a demon is that like he became a demon because he didn't want to lose.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't want to be killed in battle, so he became like a demon. And it's like, when you look at Zenitsu, like you're looking at Zenitsu, like he's always scared of everything. Like he's cowardly, like he's like the silly character of the show. But when he turns into this other being of Zenitsu, like, which is interesting because I really want to know like more of that backstory of like this other person that he taps into, like this split personality, right? To where like he is pretty much like unstoppable. And I mean, it showed it in this movie, like Infinity Castle, like just how strong like he could be.
I mean, his tone and everything was different. Like, it wasn't the whole scary guy. Like, he was just really like it was a different person. Like when he woke, when his eyes opened, he was like a completely different person. It's like, forget the guy that you first met. I'm a different guy. Like my aura is, y'all feel me right now. Y'all know I'm not, I ain't fucking around this time, And the fact that he unlocked a form himself, that he like times. Like this wasn't taught. Like he learned it on his own. The seventh form that he did on this guy right there
Yeah.
was that was a chef's kiss right there. Like it was. Just think about this too. Lightning and animation. That I'm not saying it was the best animation right there, but like that lightning effect right there was just it was amazing. Like it was beautiful. And like I said, this was the moment I was waiting to see from Zenitsu. I've been waiting this for a very, very long time. And I was very, very happy of like, how it was done in this fight right there. I'm like, yes, this is the guy that I've been waiting to see the whole entire life right there. And now we know Zenitsu is like that guy.
So that's what I want to kind of touch on too. When you talk about like illustration and like just having appreciation for Demon Slayers, the overall like way they go about like fighting sequences and things of that nature, it's like once you go see the movie, you forget how good each battle was. Like there's obviously like little points of times where it gets a little bit slower, but even the Kaigagu and the Zenitsu fight, when both of them are using like their techniques, like especially Kaigagu, because he was doing like the second form, third form, fourth, fifth, right? And he was like throwing everything at Zenitsu. But it's just like the style and the way that they have the camera angle, or not even, it's like weird. It's like you're saying camera angles, but it's just the way they have it wrap around, like the illustration wise.
Yeah.
It's like the detail and like just knowing like how to pull out that like that rawness of like whatever power is coming out of like their sword or their technique is like just like one of those things where you're just amazed at it, right? It's almost like a firework when you look at it, when 4th of July or whatever you're looking at it's like you look at it, you're like, what like what am I looking at? Like, and they're all like and they're all unique, right? Like to make that reference, like all of those different techniques are unique. So you want to see like what that form looks like. You're like, oh, fourth form, what the heck? What's he about to do? Right. And and it's like one of those things where like geeking out about is like one of those things where like I appreciate doing, because when Zenitsu like at the end where it looks like he's done for, and Kaigagu, or should I say upper rank number 6, is talking his shit when he's falling.
You better die with me.
He taps in and he's just like, nah, it's not happening that way, right? And all of a sudden he does the 7th form, which has never been done, right? And the thing that like it's like with Demon Slayer is like all about like these like learning lessons, and the way that all of these people like evolve and like push past like their limits. And it was like the ways in it to like when he was like, how, like where did this form, when Kaigu was like, where did this form come from? How did he do this? And he pretty much just says like, I learned it on my own. Like it just reiterated why the master said like, I have a lot of faith in you, and I know that you're going to be something great because you're going to push past like what I'm teaching you. And Kaigaku was always going to stay that straight and narrow, I should say, until he became a demon, of being like that person that just learned the forms that he learned and just being the master of that instead of keep going forward.
Zenitsu was defending that Kaigaku too, because people are talking shit about him, but Zenitsu had his back. Even though Kaigaku did not like that, Zenitsu still had his back. So it's like Zenitsu cared about you as well too. Like I don't think they were brothers, but like he looked at him as a brother though.
Right. And it was weird because I was like, oh, that's his brother. But
that's what we all thought too, because they knew each other. So I'm like, okay, brother, like.
Yeah, it was like the way they talked to each other. It was like you felt like they were brothers, right? And it was like, why did you betray us? And it was almost like they were family, obviously, with their dojo. But it's like it's crazy because it's almost like that star basketball player or that person that has all this potential to be something, right? And then they have all the skills, they have all the things, but they don't have that push to keep going forward. And they get caught up in something else. And then all of a sudden, like that kid that had the potential earlier on, that was the maybe had been a freshman or started off on the freshman team, all of a sudden became something way better, right? Like he wasn't a hater of that person's success, but at the same time was like, one day I'm gonna get mine, and I don't have any animosity towards you, but why did you turn your back on us, kind of thing. Like that's why it's like
Yeah,
all these storylines are just like the writers of this is just like top tier, man. Like in
yeah.
bringing that emotion,
Also, when you think about it, each fight was personal
all of them.
for the because like the first one, Domu killed Shinobu's sister. Zenitsu, Kaya, they trained together. And then the third fight that we're getting get into was like Tanjiro and Gyu against Akaza, which Akaza killed Rengiku from the Mugen train. So it was like each fight was personal. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get my leg back against this person right there. So yeah, as you were saying, like each fight was written so well. I'm like, wait a second, each fight was personal as well. So it's like personal fights are always the best fights. Like personal fights are always the best fights, especially when it comes to anime right there. Because you're like, yo, we have some unfinished business that we got to take care of. Now, like I said, some of them didn't go the well that we want to be. It was so cool to say, how each fight was like messing into that Hashira right there. Well, not Hashira, but to that human. But let's get to the main event. Let's get to the Tanjiro Iguryu against Akaza, which I'm a bit surprised Akaza showed up. I thought he was going to be maybe in the second part of the movie right there, but
Mm-mm.
we already had Akaza showing up, and man, this was the main event. This was the main, which by the way, they were Tanjiro and Gary were together right there. So yeah, I just say that right there. And I don't even know where to start right now. I mean, where do we start with this fight right there? But I think it's like this fight had so
The
many layers to this. Like,
So I'm gonna try not to geek out as much as I want to geek out about this fight.
oh no,
But I mean, honestly, like you can attest to this. Like it was so hard for me to keep my composure and my seat in the movie theater when that
yeah,
whole yeah. I mean, like as far as like the buildup of like when they're running and they warn them like they're running towards like a very powerful upper rank, right? They're
rank
showing like
three.
this giant orb that they're running towards, and they're heading towards like something powerful. Like they need to turn around, right? And next thing you know, you just hear like all this like banging and like he's crashing through all the buildings trying to get to them. And but the anticipation before he gets there, you're like, well, who the hell is that, right? I mean, unless you've seen the trailer, But man, when he shows up, you're like, oh hell yeah. You're like, oh, it is on and
So that
popping. Even the way that Tandro like looks at him, it's just immediate. It was like on site. That's what I loved about it. It was like on site. He went to slash his neck off, right?
you want that revenge for having the Ranginki right there. It's like it was literally on site.
To
It's
get
literally
back,
on site.
like it was like I love. So it's like you love that like real like you know rivalry. Like you hurt me in a major way that like I got to get you back. I told you I was coming for you the next time I saw you. But even Akaza was like, "Oh, you're that little punk that I want to." I've been wanting to get at for a long time. So he was on his shit too. Like he was like, "Wait a minute, like it's on and popping with me too. Like you got to go." But that but Giyu is my favorite Hashira, right? And that I got to be biased with him because I get it. Like, yeah, he's the first one that met Tanjiro. Like, I mean, obviously he's clearly one of like I'm not gonna say the favorite Hashira, but like he's obviously like the leaderish type of Hashira.
Yeah,
And the way, man, you knew that fight was gonna be like it, and the way that even his eyes opened up when he was face to face with him, like he knew that like he was in for like a serious fight.
and mind you too, this was like our first major fight with Giyu. yes, he was on the first episode. Like we didn't see him do much in the first episodes, but like this was his first like major big fight, and it's like let's just say this fight was not pretty. This fight was not pretty by any means, which we expected that, but like there were times where it's like, well, Tanjiro and Gyu needed each other. Like, listen, had these guys not worked together, this fight would have just gone completely separate. And we had Gyu actually using this mark
Oh,
for
you already went to it. Oh,
oh man, using this. I'm sorry.
no, I get it. Go ahead. I get you. We
Like,
got to get it all
and, it,
out.
and the thing is, like, it's because his back was hurting. Because like you get your mark by doing something. Each mark they do, you get the mark by doing something differently, right? But because his back was hurting, that's why I
So,
used this mark.
so this mark is conjured because of Tanjiro. Tanjiro is the person that has sparked this up in the whole team, right? Like it was like I think it was spoken about like there's like this one person that kind of like is I'm not gonna say like pretty much like his surroundings like builds like this kind of thing where like each Hashira that has gotten this like sacred mark has obviously had an interaction with Tanjiro and he's kind of like pulled that out of them. But they also had to hit a moment in the fight where they had to feel something or they had to be under like a certain duress for it
Okay.
to finally like appear. So to me, that is like one of those other elements of Demon Slayer that you're just like, wow, y'all are top tier Hashira Demon Slayers, but there's another level that you can get to, but you just have to push and you have to be in this moment in the fight where you get it. Now, just to skip real quick because Shinobu, I was mad because I thought that she was going to get that before
Yes.
she died. Because I was like, all right, he got a grip on her. Maybe it's about to appear so that she can get out of it and like do some kind of maneuver. And it didn't happen for her, but whatever. So that was a little bit of a letdown for me. I was like, I was a little hurt by that. But when that mark came up on Giyu, which is my favorite, I think I could have like hit somersaults down the damn stairs because the way his like the turn up, like the way his movements were after he got that mark, and even the upper rank number 3 was like, oh shit, like they, what is this, right? Like like he was moving in ways that obviously Rengoku couldn't tap into, and he's obviously was a better fighter when he went against Akaza, and Akaza like obviously like when he hit Giyu with that one shot that threw him through all those buildings and he kind of came back, which is cool with a joke, was like, you got my back hurt and now I'm pissed, right? Like it's like one of those things where like he's like, all right, I was taking it light, Giyu, by the way. I was taking it light, but now I'm pissed. So now I'm really gonna give it to
Now
you.
you're busy.
Now it's like a bit, and so that to me was like the man, he's like Giyu is like the real deal when you think about it. But Akaza, when I tell you, like upper rank 3, like he stole the show for me. Like in a sense of like
He gained a lot of more. He gained a lot of fans. Like I was always a guy like that's motherfucker got a killer kick, man. Fuck this guy. But as you say, like he stole the show. Like not just because of like his moves, but like his moves were fire. He refused to give up. Like even with you know Kiryu used his unleashed mark, it still was not enough to defeat Akaza. Which by the way too, it broke Kiryu's sword. It broke his
yeah,
sword.
yeah,
But Kiryu was still fighting. Kiryu
right,
was still fighting. Yo, I don't give a fuck if my sword is broken. We still firing it. Plus, I gotta say Tanjiro anyway too, but it's like, yeah, no, we still done. We ain't done. We ain't done yet, buddy. Like
right.
we ain't done. Like we ain't done, but the move that Akaza did was I forget what that move was called, but like that animation how it was done with that move was just fantastic. It was beautiful. It was great. Like I can't say nothing more about it, but also during that fight, and we talked about this in the car. This is why I said that I feel as though Tanjiro is now. Grant Tanjiro was struggling at the first part of this fight. Like he sees why he's not at the level of a Hashira, right? But Tanjiro, I said this before, his battle IQ is just something. I don't know how it is because we'll say when you play sports, there's football IQ, basketball IQ, but now there's fighting IQ. Guess we call this Demon Slayer IQ, right? He just remembers the day, him, training with his dad, and then asking Nosuke about sensing other people around you, right? Which this for him to focus, he goes into the transparent world where it's like everything was like moving slow or I'm moving fast. He's like, you're moving slow. I'm moving that fast right there. And then, he gets to this, I don't know what state is it right there. It's like some type of super saiyan like that. Like the look on his eyes. It like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, Tanjiro was like, yeah, time to not fuck around right there. Like it was scary. Like I was scared. I'm like Akaza, I think you might want to run right now because Tanjiro is looking like Tanjiro said, I'm him. I'm him right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, he turned it to him, and it was like one of those things where, like, Tanjiro just has like this way of like tapping into these other levels. Like he just somehow finds a way to kind of like reach this other level that other people weren't able to attain as fast as he has, right?
Yes.
So it makes you look at this like thing where you're like, man, like the person that he's probably going to be later on, like if he, obviously gets older, but it's like he's going to be probably the strongest ever, right? And you know, give me 1 second. I
No
gotta.
problem. No problem. I love him.
But yeah, just keep chiming off of that. I mean, as
Yeah.
far as like just the way he is, like as far as his approach to fighting and his reasons for fighting, like it just takes him to this level that other people can't get to because he has obviously empathy, he has drive, and then he has like this other level of like spirit that like it's just like he just and I think his heritage too. I think his heritage and what his upbringing too has a lot to play into like the character that he is also.
And I also say this too, guys. When you look at a main character of an anime, you really have to put Tanjiro up there because I'm not saying all, but there are some main characters in anime where it's like some of their abilities were just given to them, like they were just handed to them. They didn't really have to train that much for which there's still a level of requirement of training, but like with like for instance, right? Naruto had a training, right? Grant, the nine tail beast was seal of him. So it's like you kind of got power great. You still have to train for it, but it's like you have that power deep within you, right? Ichigo from Bleach, he had a pass from the jump right there. He's a Quincy, he's a Soul Reaper, like he had a pass from the jump. Now he still had to train, but it's like you were in a way you're a half free, like you're half Soul Reaper, you have Quincy, you have the best of both worlds, right? What Saiyans and Dragon Ball, like it's see within them, but they have to unlock that power, right? Tanjiro was nothing from the jump. Just a regular kid getting something for his family. When he became a demon slayer, he learned everything from the jump. He went through intense training, which interesting is because during that Hashira training arc, you see how some people were struggling, and during the training arc, Tanjiro was just strolling by, like it showed you like how far he's come with all the battles, all the training he has done right there. And I just like I said, with Tanjiro, like he is learning everything. Like these powers were not given to him. Like he's like unlocking it on his own. I just feel as though like you like anime characters where it's like you're learning everything. It's like I have to train. I have to work my ass off, to unlock this certain move. I just feel as though Tanjiro just does not get enough credit of how great his battle IQ is, how great, he pushes himself. Like we're talking, pushing yourself to the limit right there. Tanjiro like pretty much almost died doing this move right there. Like he literally like almost died doing this move right there. Unfortunately, Akasa was like they beheaded him, But this Akaza was still alive. Like he was refusing to die. It's like, bro, like what? Like, our whole theater was like, yo, what the fuck? Because we all know to kill a demon, you gotta decapitate them, right? I was like, no, I ain't dying. We be running this shit back and like, bro. And they just said, I gotta get stronger. I gotta get stronger. I gotta get stronger, which leads until his human life. And I always hate feeling sympathy for not demons, for like the bad people as to why they're doing it. It's like, bro, you killed us, but I can't forgive you, right? But learning Akasa's story, I just feel as though after this story, Akasa gained more fans, but not just for this from the story, but like throughout this movie. Like I hated this guy for a long time, but like after the story, I'm like, damn man, I actually kind of like you now. But yeah, I mean,
I mean, he's a he was a huge jerk, but at the same time, like, I mean, it's the only upper rank that uses his fists and feet, like
I love
as
that.
his
I
weapons.
love
Is
that.
sick, right? And it's like his art form and the way he kind of like does his moves just seems like so powerful, and like it's almost like he's kind of tapped into this other mastery that like where you got when we're trying to obtain like being able to live with the sun, right? And then all of a sudden he's obviously found a way that even if you cut off his head with like one of the demon slayer swords, like it won't kill him, right? And it's almost like he almost had he it's not almost he had to surrender himself in order for him to die. Like
Yeah,
it was almost like he tapped into that other level of like how Tanjiro does. He honestly probably was dead, but because he had that whisper in his like head that like I gotta be stronger, I have to be, I can't, go out this way. It actually, I think like in that moment, it caused for him to regenerate, even though his head was cut off.
like it brought back his human memories.
Right.
Which let's get to his story. I mean, his story was sad. Like he had to steal because his dad, was sick, was not feeling well. And he can take a beating. He can take like, yo, no matter how many times he spoke, motherfuckers kicked my ass, I'm still gonna come back and steal shit from you. But unfortunately, him still more shit, him getting in trouble. His dad committed suicide. So I mean, the guy was, I guess I was completely lost until you met that his teacher that you want to create a dojo, and it was his only student. It was a student, so Akaza, Akaza finds this new father figure, and this new father figure has a daughter, and he's taking care of this girl. He develops feelings for this girl. This girl
Yep.
asks him, "What's up?"
Yep.
Yeah, this girl asks him to be his husband, and for a long time, Akaza found happiness. But I think we all knew deep down it wasn't going to last because, we're wondering, okay, what made him go into this dark path to become a demon? Apparently, we have some people that are jealous of him and they poison, his, fiance and his father in law.
Yeah.
And, that broke him, which, by the way, people, we talk about this in the car as well. Like, you have to be grateful of where you grew up at. Some people grew up in rough areas, and we said, part of your environment, right? Akazo, he had nothing. Like he had nothing. He had to steal to survive. So it's like I said, you understand, why. Since you understand why he became a demon, because when he lost the love of his life and his father-in-law, he started killing every relation. Great. We all don't know what we're capable of when we lose somebody that we love, and especially during those times. Like I mean, I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't kill anybody right there, but it's like everybody handles shit differently, right? Especially for him not having not many people in his life, him already losing his dad, now lose love of his life, lose his father-in-law. Like he's kind of going to a deep rage right there, and it's like I got nothing to live for. I got nothing to live for, and this is where Muzan comes into play, turns our guy into a demon right there. But, he always says, I gotta get sure because I need to help out my dad. So it's almost like he's got some willpower. It's like, gotta get stronger, not giving up, not giving up. Normally it's like you hear from like the hearers, I can't give up, I can't give up. For the the enemy say, I can't give up. I can't give up. It's like you're like, damn, it's like, okay, like his human side was coming out a little bit, saying I gotta get started because we're bringing back his memories and all. But that was just great. Like I said, almost grew out his like grew his head, but him hearing the love of his life again, saying, oh please don't do this. I mean, I forgot what she
It's pretty
said,
much
but
like he said it's time for him to let it go.
you gotta let it go. You
Yeah,
gotta let it go. And yeah, he punched himself. Like he tried punching himself, and I'm like, well, goddamn.
that
And
was
he's
like crazy. That like self destruction, like kind of like onslaught on his own body was crazy.
yeah, and he smiled at Tanjiro too. Like he smiled at him, and it's almost saying like in a way, thank you, because now it's like I'm not demon anymore. I'm reunited with my loved ones, and it was a sad moment right there.
That was
Like
a powerful thing because it's like Tanjiro is like setting people free.
yes, yes, and what's funny is that coming as we were right, like I knew it was going to be emotional, but it wasn't emotional. What I think it was going to be like, I thought, okay, I'm going to be emotional because Ahashira was dead. No, I was emotional from a demon story of him being reunited with his loved ones. I'm like, dang, I was not expecting to feel this type of emotion right there. But like, what I'm saying? Like, you normally feel sorry for Hashira dying or any human dying, but like, no, you feel for this guy because he went through so much shit, and now he's finally reunited with his family. And I'm like, well, god damn, this is
Well,
sad right now. And
yeah,
after that, I feel still
I feel
after
like it was
Casa,
very
my
yeah. I
bad.
feel like it was very yeah. I feel like it was very layered, right? It's like Demon Slayer, like the way they've created it, like all of these different um upper ranks and like Kazuki, like I'm saying it right, Kizuki, right? Kizuki,
I think so, yeah.
like they're like these stories of what they were before they became demons is what draws you into because they're like people in a sense of like now at this point in juncture they're trying to get some kind of redemption of their life of like I lost myself but then now he's able to set me free. Like when it comes to Akaza, his storyline I think like was the one that hit hardest because the stuff that he went through, like with his father being sick and him having to fend for himself, obviously as a youth, and like being beaten, thrown in jails, released, like it's almost relatable to like certain stories that you hear of in today's society. Kids brought up in like certain situations and things of that nature where they have to take care of family members and they end up getting to the wrong things because they don't know any other way to help. And I think like with his story, when his father dies and then he meets this person that's trying to give him a better life, that's like, listen, what you're doing, that's almost like the kids in the inner or a person in the inner city joining a boxing gym, right? And you got this trainer and this guy's like, listen, you need to get up out of there, get into this like gym so we could teach you kind of the ropes on how to be a person of the community or live a better life. And I think like once Akaza meets this like dojo master, he kind of like whoops his ass in the middle of the alleyway in which he was like, man,
Not
like
kind of. He whooped his. Not kind of. He whooped his ass.
yeah. I mean, we talk about lumps. He looked like the episode of Martin when Martin went against Larry Holmes. Like
Yeah.
it's like hers, and it was like one of those things where he's like, listen, like you picked him up and he takes him back, and then not only that, so he builds this relationship with him, and he introduced him to his daughter, right where his daughter's sick, just like his father. Well, not just like his father, but he now has his other responsibility of taking care of somebody that's sick, but doing it in a different way, right? It's like it was with more poise, it was more patience. It was like,
Not
all right, you got to
stealing.
right, not stealing, not doing bad things, and then to go from that to this person now becoming better, and then you guys building this relationship over the years, and now this person might potentially be your wife. It's like he found love. He found another father. He found a wife. He found, and then he was going to give him his dojo. So then now he was going to be able to obtain like some kind of wealth and have land and something that was like of ownership. And then to go from that to like these other haters or these other dojos that were so mad about what they had going on, right? That they ended up killing a father and a daughter, which is crazy, which is terrible when you think about it. Like what, like
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
right?
They
Mind their own
poisoned them.
business, mind their own business, but they poisoned them because they just ain't like the operation or they were jealous, right?
Yeah, that big time jealousy right there.
And then you start to feel for Akaza in his story because just when he was feeling some joy and purpose in life, it all got taken away from him and it sent him on his dark path. And that's why we had this discussion about people that like feel as though in today's society that feel as though like they have no way out. They feel as though that like anytime there's something good brought in their life, like there's something that takes it away from them. So what they do, they end up turning into just being a person that's not of the law.
They
And
crash out.
then they're always looked at as like, oh, they're demonized. They're looked at as like the bad people, but you don't understand sometimes their story and why they became that way.
Yeah, and like, we're not justifying it, but it's like
No,
what he went through. Listen, he lost, listen, his father-in-law and his love of his life right there. Like, he got nothing to live for after that. Like, what the fuck to live for? It's like you said, I'm trying to do the right thing. My life is going turn around for the better. My dad would have been proud of me right now, but now I lost everything. Like we all don't know what we're gonna do if we lose someone close to us, like valuable to us right there. Like, listen, I wouldn't kill anybody, but who knows what I would do? Like, I'm saying this now, but it's like, what could I have done? What I'm gonna do? Like, I don't know. I don't want to be in that position, but it's
I mean,
like,
I mean, no family though. Not even
no,
like you have like some other kind of like somebody to lean on. Like he lost everyone. He didn't have
yeah,
anyone.
mm-hmm.
And he
Yeah,
and then and I'm not saying I'm justifying it because obviously
yeah,
Akaza became a horrible demon and like killed
mm,
all the people that he killed, right? And like got on this like killing spree. Like he became obviously a terrible person. But it's like the backstory behind it of where he came from and why he turned into that. But then that's why like this moment where it was like, all right, it's time for you to put it all down. It's time for you to let this being better, this always being the strongest, or this killing spree that you're on. You got to let this go. So that was like that turning point where that salvation of, all right, the smile to Tanjiro, like you got the best of me, like so I can only tip my hat off to you. I'm going to join the family that I lost because that's the one thing that they always talk about. Because he was like, I don't know if I'm going to be there. He was like, I'm probably going to hell, right?
mm,
But it's like the asking for forgiveness and like joining them on the other side. Is I think was like it's a powerful like little message that Demon Slayer
it
has.
is.
That like besides the action and all of like the different horrible things that happen in it, it's like these storylines are like kind of give you kind of like a sign of like wow, like this, it gives you like this good feeling. Also, like man, this is like pretty encouraging, or it's sad in like all the right ways. Like
Yeah.
where you gotta appreciate life, you appreciate things, or
Mm,
like not. It's almost like teaching people not to go down the dark path. Like you don't
yeah.
have.
Oh, absolutely. But also, don't go down that path. But also, be grateful for what you have. Like, be grateful if you grew up in a nice area. Like, you should be grateful for that because not a whole lot of people have that same opportunities you have right there. Hey, you grew up, in a rough or bad. I'm not saying all the time you're going to turn out to be a bad person, but it's like you might turn out to be somebody that you're not proud of right there. So it's like you just gotta be grateful what you have in your life right there. That's Tanjo would see in the early days. He would pray for demons, like say, demons are like, "Oh my God, so sorry for what happened to you in your life right there." Like you deserve forgiveness and everything. So I mean, yeah, man, that was definitely the most touching part of the movie. Sadly, it was more touching than Shinobu dies.
Shinobu dies, and then not only that, but then like what you come to realize, like yes, you have other Hashira that are now still roaming through the castle. They're expanding it even more because of Nakime, which is upper rank number 4, that knows how to manipulate like the castle and
Yeah,
buildings and architecture. she's upper rank, so like she's just continuously making it larger, so they can't even find uh, uh what's his name
It was Michael Jackson.
I was gonna say Michael
Yeah,
Jackson,
it was
and it's
Michael
crazy
Jackson.
that it starts with an M too. Like, um, I don't know. It's just like it seems like it's going to be like a long ride. Like when it comes to these final battles, which is like it's interesting because it almost seems like it's coming to a little bit of a conclusion. Right? Like
I
the
mean,
way this is all set up and the way like the Hashira, like even like Giyu and Tanjiro like being like wounded to where they're all passed out. Zenitsu, he's banged up, he can't go right
yeah,
now. Like, obviously Nobu, she dies. It's like, how many people are gonna be left by the time they get to not only they got the upper rank for Nukime, but then you got this badass
number one.
number one, upper rank number one. Was it Kokoshibo?
I forgot his name,
I
but
think it's
we all
Kokoshibo.
okay. But we
But
all know he's well. First of all, he's pissed that Akaza dies. Now it's like he might show up. He might just show up in the next movie. Maybe
he
we don't
was
know.
so no, he was so that was a cool like little segment in there showing like he almost was like he was pissed that he gave up. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pissed
he
that he
gave up. Yeah,
gave in.
because he was
He was
still
like he was
alive.
weak. Yeah.
He was still alive. Like he had the willpower to still be alive, but he let it all go. But it's your point right there. Like it's only gonna get worse because, like I said, yeah, so Tanjiro and Giyu are knocked out right there. Like they're knocked out. We said number one. Number two is still fighting. Shinobu's subordinate, and in those cases, like take me to the strongest demon. I'm like, I mean, that's a no scale. That's a no scale. But that will be fun. Granted, people that read the manga will probably answer this anyway, but like that would be funny if you ran into Shinobu's apprentice and that fight. I'm like, oh, okay, we got some help right there. So I'm interested to see who those guys going to run into right there. But yeah, I mean, we got one movie down and two to go, but this movie was just like flawless. Like I said, fights, animation, emotional scenes. Now somebody might say, this movie is too long, which I don't think so. I think the movie was perfect. Like, were there a bit of a long backstory? Yeah, but I feel that's the point. I think that's what makes it even better though, with the backstories. Like
That's
you
what makes
need.
things fair. I mean, you got to stick to what it's been about. Like you can't like flip the script, right? You got to like be consistent, and they were very consistent with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I mean, I can't say anything else about this movie right there, man. I'm kind of like. I'll just say this though. I'm scared for our heroes because it's only gonna get tougher. Like it's only gonna get tougher. I said when we see the number, like it's funny, right? We're like, yeah, moves on to the main guy, but like number one, the number one. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I feel like it's gearing up that like, yeah, I feel like it's going to be more than just two of the Hashira, that are going to have to go against number one. But I'm curious as to which ones that will be, and that's why like because I saw like obviously Tanjiro and Giyu fighting him
yeah,
because definitely Tanjiro because he has a grudge with him from past like the passings that they had in the past. But I'm like, there is still a good amount of Hashira that I feel like have not shown their capabilities just yet, like their full capabilities. That
yeah.
like, now that they're in this situation, like are going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more entertaining than we think. Like even
Oh
the one
yeah,
with the strongest Hashira, uh, the the blind guy, he's
yeah.
he's like
We didn't see much of him so far, so
we've seen him like do some destruction as far as like even when
we see that in that last episode of the Hostage Chart. But I mean, like like full on, a full in-depth fight rather just you trying to like hold off Musan or whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like I want to see an actual fight, not just an ambush. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
yeah. So That's why I like this. I like the cliffhangers that they got for Demon Slayer because you're just like it makes you want more. Like this movie didn't seem like it was so long that I was like, all right, I'm looking at my clock. I'm ready to get out of here. Right? It was like if you were a Demon Slayer fan, you wanted more.
Oh
Honestly,
yeah,
it was like when it was over, you were kind of like, damn,
that's
what?
why
Like,
I don't want to wait 2 years, bro. I don't want to wait 2 years.
right? It's like yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna get into that, but it's like yeah, when it comes to waiting for something for that long. It's like, all right, I can go back and watch all of them all over again. I could do that. That could last me about 2 years, right?
I wouldn't mind watching this movie again though.
Right, because I feel like obviously like you watch it the first time, but then you see more things the second time
Yeah. Oh,
with this kind of
absolutely. So listen, we probably missed some points in this right because I said we just saw it yesterday, so it's like it's a little bit fresh in our minds right there. But I said if I'm like over here watching again, I'm be taking us like, oh, that part's like I go to Wikipedia to remember some of the parts that I missed right there. I'm like, oh yeah, I missed this part, I missed that part right there. But no, like nonetheless, though, man. I
now.
guess like
Now,
okay,
now
go ahead.
there is one part that like I did want to touch on was about Nezuko scene, right? Because they did show a scene, a little snippet of her in this, where they're trying to give her the antidote, and so that to me, like, and I might have missed it obviously because I haven't watched the other episodes in a while. I didn't realize that they were trying to give her antidote so that he couldn't obtain her to get the ability to live in the sun, right?
That's yeah.
So that's like interesting, like because of like the development of Nezuko and how strong she is. It's like, nah, man, don't turn her back human. Like we've grown to love Nezuko for the character that she is now, like her growth as far as like being a demon and like obviously changing perspectives on like not all demons are like bloodlusted, like or want to kill you. Like they can also too be trained to help. Um
Have her be human and turn into her demon form whenever she wants.
Well, she don't even have to. She can live in the sun now.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, she can have her human form, and then I can turn into a demon anytime I want. Though that's what I mean. Like, you have like those animes where it's like I'm half human, half demon. Like, I can turn into my demon form every time I want. I'm missing my human form most of the time.
Right.
That's
I
what
mean,
I mean.
it makes sense, man. I don't know. Um I'm just like very impressed. Like obviously, like I'm a huge fan of it. I got on my Demon Slayer outfit right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's like one of those things where like you just want you appreciate franchises like this that somebody took the time out that created something that has a lot of people gravitating to it for a very good reason. It's not just for the illustration. It's just not for the animation. Like it's the overall quality of like the storyline, the meanings, the metaphors, like how people relate to the characters, the different narratives of the Hashira compared with these Kizuki, like this 12 Kazuki. Like it's like they've got this like wide dynamic of like why people are interested in it, whether you like the villains or whether you're just like a big fan of like Tanjiro and his story and obviously love Nezuko and that relationship, or you're just like a big fan of the Hashira and their uniqueness and their different abilities. It's like it's a wide range of like why you just like love this like franchise. Like it's crazy. Or this anime.
You gotta cherish it while we have it right there, man. Like I said, once this movie is done, Demon Slayer is just over. So it's like we got honestly, that think about it. It did they already they so we have the second one's gonna be 2027. Is the third one supposed to be in 2029?
I'm not even sure. I don't even know when the new release of this is supposed to be.
Okay, because I feel so that would be like 10 years right there for Demon Slayer because I believe it started in 2019. I believe it started in 2019. That's when I watched it was in 2019.
Yeah.
And I said, here's the thing. I'm a big demon fan too. Like I love anime that has demons. So Yu Yu Hakusho is one of my favorite animes of all time. That has demons. Demon Slayer. I mean, they got demons right there. But like I said, I just was not expecting the animation to be so well done, so choreographed. Listen, even the camera angle, the camera movement right there was just the speed of the camera zooming in. Like it was just crazy. It was all over the place right there. And like I said, it's only gonna get better. And I just feel so like honestly, when you tell people when you have like these new generation of people that's asking you what anime should I start watching, I would always say Demon Slayer because like it's it's a lot of episodes, but not really.
Right.
Like not like if you get to like the first two seasons, you'll be good. Like you'll be
Right.
good. Like you'll be good. And so, man, listen, you have this, you have My Hero Academia, you have Jujutsu Kaisen. Like this new generation anime is great, but I feel as though like Demon Slayer is just like it's at the top of its game right now. It's really up there. This is a movie. Ain't no season. A movie. Like think about this. Oh, we're gonna have our last arcs in a movie. Movie well done, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know many animes that end with a movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's like one of those things where, like, I do think that, like, maybe My Hero, if they made like a movie that was in the movie theaters, it might do some damage. But it's
They
interesting that, like, I would be curious to see, like, if they put a movie out for, well, like you said, the ones you mentioned, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, and Demon Slayer, to see like which one would make the most out in the box office. And I'm
well
not trying to do that for all the fans out there that love My Hero or the other ones, but I feel
well
like Demon Slayer might.
well Mario David had a good amount of movies that are in theaters, but I feel as though it's different when it's canon though. Like Jujutsu Kaisen in 2022, I believe. Yeah, 2022. They had Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. It was a movie, but it
Yeah,
was canon. And that
yeah,
movie did well. But like I feel as though now with after season two, if they were to release another like a brand new Jujutsu Kaisen movie in theaters, that would do it. Because after how season two went down for JJK, oh yeah, that was all over the place right there. So they had a movie. Now, be would it do as well as Demon Slayer? I don't know because like I said before, Demon Slayer. I'm not saying it's for kids, but you have more of a younger crowd watch Demon Slayer. JJK more like the teenage older side right there. Like I said before, when you have a lot of kids interested in your product right there, it does well. WWE, a lot of kids watch WWE right there. They're making more. Obviously, times are different right there, but it's like when they have kids to them doing the marketing, it helps them out right there. So when you have a lot of kids investing in your anime, you kind of have an advantage right there. So yeah, with Demon Slayer, with this movie right now, like I said, when we before we went, we saw that we saw that family right before we went right there with their kids. I'm like, yeah, like a lot of kids love Demon Slayer. A lot of kids love Demon Slayer. And like I said, I'm not saying that kids don't like JJK, but I just feel so you have more of a younger audience predicate more towards Demon Slayer than they would do JJK.
right.
It would. So I mean, yeah, man, it's a great movie. I mean, I don't know what to say right there because it is a Sunday. We don't want to be out too late right there. But like, oh, you gave it 10 out of 10. Like, give it 11 out of 10. He gave me my
Bro,
life.
I'm gonna tell you, yeah. It's been a while since I've been excited to see a movie in the theaters like this one,
Mm,
besides Sinners. But
that was great.
um,
That was
but
great.
this movie, as far as anime and
As
everything,
an
and
anime,
as far as like the anticipation and the wait after the last season, like it was like
it
everything
went
and
by that
more.
fast.
It was like everything and more, right? Because like it's like they could have just gave us this one big battle, that lasted like the entire movie or whatever. Like, but they gave you three separate like interactions or fights that you got invested in that brief moment, and then you went to the next one. And then it was like one of those things where like you're like, oh, they're gonna show another one. Oh shit, damn, they about to show another one. Like that was what I loved about it. Like I did not anticipate the Zenitsu fight. I did not see that coming, honestly.
So fast too, like
Yeah.
early.
And that's the thing. When we were talking about Shinobu being like that, she didn't get back up. They were like, "Oh, Zenitsu's by itself. We need to send help," and he did work. like in a matter of a good couple minutes, like
Yeah.
where you're like, oh, like they wanted to send backup for him, and he was like, no, I got it handled, right? So that's like that tells you a lot too when it comes to Zenitsu and like just like where his power can go, like right, and it's like no one else in the Hashira like crew. No, I don't think anyone else has Thunder Breathing. I think he's the only one that has Thunder Breathing.
Yeah, you're right. He's the only one. He is the only.
So it's like he's creating his own lane, like as far as like in that group of, being part of the Hashira group,
I,
eventually.
I wonder when all says that when this is all over, there's go back to being a scared little kid. Let's go back to the scared little kid right there. I mean, he could be in his zone for now, but he's all over. So like, okay, I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna go back to being Elvis, I guess.
I think that's probably what's gonna happen. He's gonna wake up like not knowing what happened. Right. And that's the crazy part because obviously they got like this bipolar character, but
I'm
or
sleepwalking right now.
split personality, yeah. But it's him and then what's the name too? Like they didn't show him much in it either. But even he's like trying to fight. He's like, I want to find like
Inosuke.
Inosuke. He's trying to
Yeah,
find
the
somebody to
struggle.
fight. He's like, give me the biggest, baddest person. Like, so
Yeah.
he's another one that's like a
I'm curious.
wild,
Yeah, like I
a
said,
wild
he
card.
could. I feel as though he. I don't think he's gonna find a number one, but he might find number two. He might.
No,
Who's gonna say Shinobu's subordinate? She's getting ready to die. Someone's gonna save her. Like I don't see her dying. I think someone's gonna save her, and Inosuke might save her maybe.
I'm curious of who's gonna obviously because she's fighting upper rank number two. She need help.
I will be mad if both Mitsuri and the snake dude are right same. It's like, well, damn, two people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
They need three for him. I feel like they need two Hashira and they might need Shinobu's like apprentice like in order to beat upper rank number two. I mean,
He
like
is
we
number
say,
two.
yeah, he's ranked number two, bro. There's no way that like anyone's gonna be able to just do away with him
Well, how
and
many
just
demons are left?
so like you got upper rank number four that's left.
Two.
Nakime or whatever her name is, the one with the guitar or
Yeah.
whatever thing she's playing. And then you got upper rank number two, you got upper rank number one, and then you got Mizu,
Muzan.
Michael Jackson.
Muzan. Okay. So, well, let's go. Not Muzan, but like, so we have three head demons left. That is the question. Who's gonna fight who?
Right. But that's what I'm saying though, like because the ones that are left are the strongest. So it's like I'm the one that I'm curious about the most is who's gonna fight upper rank number one. That's the one that like
I get
I'm
a fit. It could be the blind guy and the other guy because he is the strongest Hashira.
yeah.
It would. Well, then again, I mean, Tanja is gonna definitely be interacting with him. You know what I'm saying? Ah, dang, man. Now you got me thinking because it's like you kind of want to make it make sense too. Because like I said, all three of these fights were personal.
Right.
I want to be personal fights for the next one too. So yeah, like because I don't think the third one is going to be all about Muzan. I still think it's going to be some of the out of the feet first. Like maybe number one will be in the third one. Maybe I don't.
Yeah,
Damn, man.
Muzan is not going to be in it for a while, like because at this point in juncture, like they have. I feel like we had to see. I think they have to beat upper ring number four so that they can find him. So either they're going to fight upper ring number one first, and then they're gonna and fight number 4, or they're gonna fight number 4 and upper rank number 1 at the same time in order to get to Muzan, because Muzan is like he's pretty much like the heart of it all. But they also say that like once he's dead, all the demons die.
They're all dead.
But I would hate if an upper rank is killed because they killed him. No, you kill an upper
I
rank.
don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think it's going to be the case. I am curious though. Will Muzan kill another demon? Could he possibly kill one of top demons to get even stronger? Because he does pretty much own all of them.
Nah, he wouldn't do that.
You never know.
Nah,
But you never
I
know.
feel like he's at that stage where he needs them to kind of hold them off, and he wants all. Now it's just all on war. Now, like it's past like
the war started when they all jumped into his crib. The war
right.
starts. So yeah. So y'all let us know like who you think is gonna fight who. Like for the people that did not read the manga, okay? Because people that read the manga, you already know what's about to go down. But please, for us that did not read the manga, let us know what you guys think because we don't want to be spoiled. Please do not spoil for me because I'll go say it right there. But we're gonna head up out of here, folks. Like I said, it is a Sunday night. We don't be getting up too late because we got work anywhere right now. But before we head up out of here, Anthony, you have any like last words you want to say to the crew that watched this?
No, to everyone that's seen this movie or people that are going to go see this movie, even though it's kind of like this is like spoiler alert kind of situation. Man, fantastic movie. I hope everybody appreciated it for, especially like right about now. I feel like we just all needed like something to go to the movies to see, that took our minds off of like our everyday kind of situations too. And I feel like Demon Slayer is one of those things where you can go to this other reality or this other place that like, that gives you motivation in your day to day too, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I just I can't say enough about Demon Slayer and like the fan I am of it and like what has been created for everybody to enjoy. So I love it.
No, I agree with you right there, man. I said great movie, loved it. Uh, I'm a new fan of Akaza now, and I hated this one for a very long time. I'm a new fan of him. The fights are great. Like his backstory was sad. Tanjiro continues to like amaze me in every fight that he does because I don't know how he does. Like I said, this guy's fight IQ, he's able to adapt to so many things. It's great, man. Like I said, the hype was real. I mean, it feels like yesterday we just watched the Asher Training arc was over. Fast forward, here we are watching the movie. But unfortunately, we gotta wait, 2 years for the next movie right there. But they're taking their time. I said, I read it. It's quality over quantity. So yes, like we want them to do a good job. Take your time with this. Do not rush it. Do not mess up. I said, yeah. Like, do I want to wait 2 years? No, but I understand why though. So listen, animation takes time. Animation for anything like takes time right there. It's not like a quick sub like, hey, bring it on like that. No, it takes time right there. Like for all the animators, industries that do this shit, props to y'all right there, because my lord. But yeah, folks, like I said, we're gonna head up out of here, guys. Just so if you guys like this video, please like the video. Helps the channel out a lot. Be sure to comment. Be sure to share. Anthony, give me your link to your. Do you have your website on you by any chance? Like
Yeah.
for your artwork and everything. Be sure to send it to me so I can add to the description box for this video as well. So, all right,
Yeah.
folks. Listen, we're gonna head up out of here. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. We'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care.